I see you guys came back for more. Yay. All right, let's get these gloves on. Y'all already know I don't hold back with this. It's like I don't know my right from my left. We're gonna get right. Y'all already know I don't give any disclaimers in this video series. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I say what I say. I say what I gotta say. And that's just it. If you don't like it, let me know in the comment section. That's perfectly fine. But we're all grown folks here, and a brother has opinions and he's going to share them. So without further ado, if this button cooperates with me, we'll get the white gloves on. Because you know what these white gloves mean. Stop playing with me. All right. Hey guys, it's JoJo. Welcome back to my channel, and I see you guys just have not had enough. So let me go ahead and give you the final installment to my Disney Unpopular Opinions series, because I have a lot to say and you all want to hear it. So without further ado, I already said not giving you any disclaimers whatsoever. I'm giving my opinion. Let's get right on into it. So let's settle this now. Cinderella's dress is silver, not blue. I am so tired of seeing her in this blue dress. Like they revamped her design, gave her this blue dress, this bleach blonde naughty bun. I think it's ugly. It's hideous. She looked so much better with auburn hair and a silver dress. She was beautiful. She stood out. Now she doesn't really seem distinct to me. I feel like blue should be for like Elsa, or I don't know, even Aurora. I guess you might be thinking, well, okay, well, who might have pink? But wasn't Ariel in pink sometime? Let Cinderella have silver. That was the most distinctive color of all the princesses. And I guess they just wanted to be like,
well, you know, we just want to make her so in line with everyone else, and we just want to market her better.
So how she looked wasn't marketable. And I remember reading something saying that they didn't want a silver dress to be mistaken for a wedding dress, but who mistakes a silver dress for a wedding dress? Unless you're wearing a veil and you're holding like a bouquet of flowers, I don't really understand why someone would think that that's a wedding dress. I think that's just a cop-out so that they could just make her dress blue and get away with it. Hashtag make Cinderella's dress silver again. Next, Disney holds a strong prejudice against black men. It is what it is. And I've talked about this on my channel before. For those of you who have been watching for a while, you already know what I'm gonna say. You already know how I feel about this. The time that we should have had a black prince or black king should have been way back in 2009 with Princess and the Frog. Disney went out of their way entirely to make sure a black man was not seen in any positive forward moving light. Yes, Tiana had her father, but her father dies in the first 5 minutes of the film. And from every black male there on, it just makes it seem like they're all coming after her. They're all putting her down. Like, it makes it seem like a productive, you know, really good, high moral black male is like a thing of the past. And then going forward, you know, the main black female protagonist is going to have to struggle against the men of her race. Just really terrible. And then why is it that in Disney movies, we're always a +1, an animal, or somebody's like sidekick or something? Like, why can't we be the Royal Highness? Why can't we be the prince, the king, the strong main character, the capable main character, you know, the leader, the god, like in Hercules maybe? Why? Well, I already know why, but Disney does not want that to ever be men who look like me. And it's just pretty obvious. I'd go as far to say that Disney has an extremely irrational fear of depicting us as really great, capable characters, because they're afraid of like not only giving us a positive image, but also what the larger society would think. And I think you guys know what I mean by larger society. Think about it. Every man of every race in every Disney movie is depicted as a hero or a good guy. Every community gets, fantastic male representation. As soon as it comes to the black guys or, the one black movie, Princess and the Frog, all of a sudden where, Disney has problems and complications with how to portray the men of the community. That's not a coincidence, y'all. That's not a coincidence. Next, Disney should create more films, animated films for adults, or at least older crowds. Animation is not just for children. And I'm really tired of people thinking that way. It's not that Disney thinks that way, even though, yes, their primary target is children, and that's fine. I don't think anyone's fighting against that. The issue is people have this misconception that it's only for children, but it's not. We see a lot of successful animated projects and movies and shows like the movie Akira. We see Family Guy, South Park. Now, I'm not saying I want it to be particularly that raunchy. It can be, whatever. But I want Disney to tell a more serious, more dark tale. And the closest we have is A Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I like that movie. I don't like the gargoyles, but I like that movie. And I really wish that Disney would do more of that. Like, they took a chance. I don't think it did the best in theaters, but like, advertise it and be like, hey, this movie is for, a slightly older crowd. Come on down, come see it. We want you to just know in advance before you bring the kids that they might be scared or they might not be ready for certain things in this film. It's all in the advertisement. I feel like Disney should make movies also cater to older crowds. So y'all remember when they did the Little Mermaid remake and they were like,
the music has to change. These lyrics are unacceptable for today's standards. We need to imply consent, and we need to make sure that girls aren't going to starve themselves or keep quiet because of the patriarchy.
Even though it was a female villain singing the songs. So for this unpopular opinion, I'm going to say that Disney sees society as overly sensitive and it's extremely annoying. Like, was it Alan Menken? Even he came out and said, like, look, this is stupid. Like, we don't want to change these lyrics, but I have to because people are overly sensitive. And I'm so glad he said that, even though I wish he said it while the movie was in production, because then maybe things could have changed. But unfortunately, he said it long after the movie came out, like long after, like a few years, not a few years, but like maybe a year after the movie came out. I really wish he said it sooner. I don't like the thought that people have to be afraid to voice their opinion on a project because of fear of like backlash. Kiss the Girl did not need to have any lyric changes to imply consent. The song is about a girl who wants a kiss from a guy. If anything, she needs his consent. Oh, wait, Prince Eric is a man, so silly. Men don't get those kind of... Men don't get that. This is a double standard. Like, men don't get that. That's ridiculous. Only women get consideration, especially when it's not even due or warranted or necessary. And let's not forget about poor unfortunate souls, because God forbid that the girls starve themselves or keep quiet in front of a man. Like, really? Can I have the ladies watching the video? Can you say in the comment section below if you ever had that problem? Did you, in your heart of hearts, truly, truly, truly tell me, truly, truly, truly outrageous? No, seriously, truly tell me, did you feel that you had to silence yourself in front of men because of The Little Mermaid? Did The Little Mermaid really, did you feel that the movie was teaching you to shut up and just be pretty? Did you really feel that way? Or did you have enough sense to know that, hey, this is a villain singing and she's trying to manipulate the main character, so therefore I know that what the villain is saying can't be trusted? Like, please, I want to see so many women in the comment section. Please tell me, because I know that Disney creates problems that aren't there. Okay, so speaking of the Little Mermaid, since we're already on it, let me help y'all out. For those of you guys who love the Little Mermaid and love Ariel, I mean, I like mermaids. I like the damn movie. I just Ariel herself. But anyway, y'all know how I feel about Ariel. But the movie is not about a girl who gives up everything for a man. Now, I am of the belief that just because you don't like someone or just because you don't like something doesn't mean you have to lie on it. Just because you don't like someone doesn't mean you should be willing to accept a lie. And
Like, oh, well, yeah, I don't like her. And I do believe that she did X, Y, and Z, or that this is what it was about.
about, like, no. Have some integrity and actually do the research. So going back to Ariel, a lot of people just like to say,
Like, oh, she gave up her voice for a man. She gave up her whole life. She left her family all for a man.
no, she didn't. No, she didn't. I'm going to defend the Ariel lovers. No, she did not. Ariel already had a love for land. All that happened, and she was going to go up there no matter what. All that happened was she met a boy before she fully got the chance to realize that dream. So he was incorporated into the dream that she already had. That's all it is. It was not about a boy. A boy was secondary. Like, yeah, she fell in love along the way, but the boy was secondary. The land was primary. And that's a conversation that people who want to make unnecessary changes don't want to have. They don't want to do the research and actually see, like, the fans are right. That's not who Ariel is, and that's not what she did. So I got y'all's back on that one. I'm not the biggest fan of Ariel, but we're not gonna lie on her just because we may not like her that much. Next, while Frozen is way overrated and it's cheesy at times, it's a good movie. It is a good movie, and I like it for what it is. So it has fantastic animation, that goes without saying. I love the fact that it shows a non-toxic, healthy, well, it shows a growing sisterhood relationship. In the past, we had Cinderella and the stepsisters, extremely toxic. Then we had, who else? I feel like there was one other example. Oh, Ariel and her sisters. It's not like she didn't get along with them, but there wasn't really a sisterhood. Not to like the latter movies, but in the original film, Ariel wasn't really all that close with her sisters. She wasn't. She was off doing her own thing. So this was the first movie that actually focused on a sister relationship. And I thought that was great, especially with the track record of the past with how Disney worked with like sisters and stepsisters and all that. So that was really great. I also loved how it was pre-political, because we don't use the word woke unless it's in the correct sense. How it was just super political. And I feel like it was the movie right before it happened. So Disney challenged a lot of their tropes. And I actually liked that. They did it in a way that didn't feel like they were mocking the art, if that makes sense. I really like that. Like, you had Elsa, who was more, she's not really focused on the relationship. She's focused on her duties and the queen she needs to become. And then you have Anna, who is more free-spirited and more lackadaisical, and she's boy crazy. And I love that dynamic. It shows how both sides can be dangerous. It can be dangerous to just trust a man that you just met. It can be dangerous to be head over heels and not really have a true sense of direction. But it can also be dangerous to be so focused on the girl boss life that you can miss out on what's really important, which is love, which in this case was the love of her sister, who she was neglecting and shutting out, which we understand why, but that's still what happened. So I absolutely love that. That's all, folks. I absolutely love that dynamic. And I think Frozen is great for that. Is it overrated? Absolutely. Do I hate Olaf?
Yes.
But altogether, it's a good movie. One more thing, I love how Frozen got to be the winter kind of representation. Like, I feel like you could associate a princess with each season. So since there was no winter, now Elsa and Anna get to be winter. Their movie gets to be winter. Then you had Rapunzel in Tangled, and Tangled was more so set in kind of spring, arguably spring. Then you had summer, which would obviously be Aladdin and Jasmine. Obviously, I mean, the song about Ariel, it was always hot. It was sweltering heat. Like, come on now. And then for fall, you have Pocahontas. I mean, the leaves blowing around, the whole idea of harvesting, the crops, that felt like fall to me. Oh, wait, what's that?
Pocahontas has been
okay,
replaced.
this just
Frozen
in.
is now the fall
Frozen
representative.
2 bumps Pocahontas and becomes the new fall representative.
Yes, and don't ever bring that bitch up again. We're only talking about Anna and Elsa.
Okay. Next, Rapunzel looks better with the short brown hair. I'm so tired of Disney flooding the princess line with blondes. There's nothing wrong with being blonde. There's nothing wrong with being a blonde girl. There's nothing wrong with having blonde hair. But Disney takes one of the, I don't want to call it the rarest hair colors, but Disney takes one of the less common hair colors and makes it the most common. It's ridiculous. So I was happy to have another brunette. And it's funny because when I first saw Tangled, when I was in the crowd, and it was the moment where Flynn cuts her hair and releases her from, the proverbial grip of Mother Gothel. There was this one white girl in the crowd. Shout out to her because I still think about it to this day. And whoever she was, she makes me laugh. But all you heard was, it was like silence, and you heard,
Ew!
ew, like I thought it was hilarious because while she was thinking that, I was thinking of, thank God she looks so much better. Thank you, Disney. My favorite combination between hair and eyes, my personal favorite combination is green eyes and dark brown hair. Love that combination. And so when I saw Rapunzel get a haircut, I loved it. I thought it was great. So while she was thinking like ew, like I was like, yes. But yeah, she looks so much better with the short brown hair, and I don't really care what y'all have to say. Next, we don't need 1,000 sequels just because a film did well. I'm sure we are so tired of Bob Iger by now. Like, it's sad when I only learn about who you are because you're failing us. I didn't even know who Bob Iger was. Like, I don't really look into who's running Disney all like that. I personally didn't care. I just want to see fantastic works. Now, because of his BS, now I know who Bob Iger is. I know what he's doing, and I'm tired of him pushing these sequels. Yes, Frozen was a good movie. It was overrated, but it was a good movie. I'm about to see the second one. It's coming. I'll probably see it within the week. But okay, fine, Frozen 2. But do we really need a Frozen 3? And then what are we on? Toy Story 5? I think it's really 4, but you get my point. Like, before you know it, it'll be Frozen 10. It's just like, stop it. Like, we don't need a million sequels. Like, there's no possible way you could be running out of ideas. I mean, you guys steal so much stuff from it. That was shade to Disney, it was. But am I lying? Y'all steal so much stuff. Y'all take so many properties that there's no possible way you could be running out of ideas. Just go steal from someone else. I don't really advocate for that, but just find something else. Stop. I know they still try with movies like Encanto, Wreck-It Ralph, and those movies are great, but stay on that path. Stay on that path. We don't need another sequel. Like, you're Disney. You have like a ton of money, a ton of resources. There's no excuse why you can't make banger after banger after banger. Next one, I don't think this is really all that unpopular. I don't think so, but who cares? It's my opinion. Disney needs to stop being cowards and bring back 2D animation. Bring it back. I'm not saying that you can't make 3D. I'm sure none of us reasonable people want 3D completely omitted from the arts. I don't think anyone says or feels that way. But I think a lot of us would love to see a traditionally hand-drawn animated film. Keep the art alive. It's getting to the point where artists can't really do it anymore because it's not really used anymore. Like, no, keep the art alive. Keep the artists alive. There's something about drawings coming to life that is so appealing to me. It made me want to be an animator. I mean, I'm not an animator, but it made me want to be one because it was fascinating how people could breathe life into just pencil and paper and some color. It's amazing to me. And when they just be like, oh, 3D is the future and we shouldn't go back. Like, who said that was all there is to the future? Why can't the future also carry some of the past? Last opinion, and y'all can fight about it. Y'all can fight with me in the comment section. That's perfectly fine. Surface Pressure is better than We Don't Talk About Bruno. Sorry, first of all, the song is just not that great. It's about his family pathologizing him, demonizing him, and gaslighting him about a power that there's nothing wrong with it. They're just mad because his visions are not what they want it to be. And when something bad happens, they want to put the blame on him. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. He's doing what he was gifted with. Like, what is meant to be is what will be. There's nothing that can change that. And getting mad at him it's stupid. And it's stupid to me that they got a whole song about it. Like, what? However, Surface Pressure not only is a cool song, but it's very relatable. I'm not saying you can't relate to being like demonized by your family. I'm sure you can. Hopefully that's not the experience for a ton of people. I mean, that's rather sad, but I feel like Surface Pressure is even more applicable to the human experience because who doesn't feel pressure to perform, pressure to be the bigger person, pressure to be the leader, pressure to make ends meet, pressure to be a parent, a good sibling. I feel like that's something that we can all relate to. And just feeling like it's building up and it's just gonna pop. Like, I think we've all been there. I've been there. I feel like it's more relatable. So Surface Pressure is way better than We Don't Talk About Bruno. And yeah, you can fight about it in the comment section below. Okay, and finally, opinion 0. And looking back on it, I really wish I did it for Mickey in the very first video. But, I didn't think about it till later on. So, number 0, obviously, I'm Goofy. Goofy is my favorite character, and I think he is the best in the main trio. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mickey's okay, but Mickey is Mickey. He's the leader. I mean, he's the diplomatic one. He's the one that's supposed to be the most likable. It is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. He's the main character. Donald, you guys already know, I don't like him. I mean, he's okay for what he is, but I don't really care for him. Goofy, that is my main man. I identify with that dog, not as an animal to a person, but him being goofy, him being silly, being a good person at heart, but a little a little clumsy at times. And I love his laugh. Every time I hear it, it always makes me giggle and it makes me warm inside. Like, I'm about to attempt it, just a heads up, it's going to be horrible, but when he's just like That was horrible. I absolutely love it. I absolutely look at it. I feel like a little kid again. I absolutely love it. So Goofy is my absolute favorite. He's my favorite Disney character of all time. Bella's my favorite princess, but Goofy is my favorite Disney character. And if I ever get to go to Disney World, which hopefully one day I can make that happen. You know, hopefully I can raise the money for that and make that happen one day. But I want a hug from Goofy. I know I am a grown-ass man, and I know that the person in the costume, no shade, is an underpaid, probably heavily sweating worker who's probably irritated. And if you're watching this, which obviously this would take place in the future, please help me make my dreams come true. I just want a hug. Okay, I just want a hug and a picture. Please let me live the moment that my little kid self always wanted. I just want a hug and nothing more. So if ever in the future, if you're watching this and you happen to be the worker in the costume, please bear with me and just give me a moment. Like, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a crazy Disney adult, but I just want a hug and a picture. And I want to put it in like some kind of like scrapbook or something like that. And that would just be a mini dream come true. So with that being said, those are my opinions. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. Leave a like, please. Subscribe if you like what I'm about. Was I pushing the lines? Tell me what you think. You have absolutely every right to say how you feel. Just do it with respect. Attack what I said. Don't attack me. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.